Hey, what's up? Let's talk about the Undead Iron Fist issue number 1. It's time to exorcise the demons and talk about this comic book. Warning, there will be spoilers. So our story starts out with actually Luke Cage showing up to pay his respects to Danny Rand, who apparently has died within some part of the Marvel Universe timeline at this point. And he is distraught. He is so sad that his friend hasn't been around. And he gets there and he finds out that our boy Danny isn't in his grave. He is somewhere walking around New York City. I actually see Danny Rand walking around New York City searching for someone or something. Interspersed with this, we actually see several months prior where we see Danny actually fighting in the underworld. He's fighting this massive like demon dragon trying to get out of the underworld. Danny actually ends up finding out what exactly he's looking for. He's looking for this family in New York City who are apparently demons. And he is fighting them, and he ends up fighting them outside in the streets because they lead from the fight within the house to the streets. And which is a pretty funny part where he is fighting these demons. He can see the demons, but nobody else can see the demons. So they think this crazy person is actually fighting the this family, and hijinks ensue. As this commotion is going on, Danny actually ends up escaping to the sewers to try to get away from the mob that has basically surrounded this fight that's been going on. You know, Danny's attacking a grandma, and you can't have old grannies, get attacked and beat up. So Danny flees. Who happens to show up but Miles Morales Spider-Man? He is on the case and actually sees the demons as well. And he gets into it, and there's a big misunderstanding where Miles and Danny end up getting into a fight. Danny ends up pulling a fast one, saving Miles, and just goes off about his business. We actually find out that Danny's new powers to exorcise these demons with these new Iron Fist powers that he has, they are on a limited time frame, and he is burning through his powers left and right, and he has made itself a mission to actually get to Rand Corporation, where apparently the demon he is looking for is hiding at the moment. So as Danny is trying to make his way to the Rand Corporation, fighting these hordes of demons, we end up flashing back to the underworld, where we see Danny climbing this giant cliff, and he's trying to escape the underworld. A hand reaches out and asks, "Hey, do you need a hand?" And we actually end up finding out this was a previous Iron Fist, which his name is escaping me at this moment. His name is Orson Randall, and he tells Danny that everything we've learned is a lie. All right, so let's take a look at the internal artwork for this book. Here's your creative team right there. Give them all the love and support that they deserve. Man, this book, art-wise, hits it out of the park. It is a beautifully drawn book, a very moody book, a very gritty book. I love all the colors and stuff. I love how they kind of keep Danny shrouded in mystery at this part, and he has this new character design, which I am here for. I think the whole metal arm thing is pretty cool. I don't know if that's a prosthetic arm or what, but all the fight scenes in this are really well done, which this book pretty much is just fight scenes for the most part, but it's very well laid out, I have to say. And all the demon and the body horror stuff, I am here for it, all the creep factor. But seeing Danny exorcise the demons and just fight them, it's a really awesome part. I would say probably the only weird thing that stands out in this book is Miles showing up and not knowing who Iron Fist is, which was pretty odd. But the whole fight that they have is a pretty well done fight as well. I love all the colors, the purples, it's just so beautifully drawn. I love, it's a very moody book, I feel like. This is one of my favorite scenes, actually, when the demons are actually trying to get Danny, and we see him fighting on the side of the building. I love how he's just shrouded in a silhouette and stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, art-wise, awesome. So all in all, what exactly did I think of Iron Fist issue number 1, or Undead Iron Fist issue number 1? Well, it was surprisingly a fun read without some things here and there. I like the new status quo that is set up with Danny coming back from the dead and having these new powers and having things on like a limited time frame. You know, he's definitely, you know, in a hurry to figure out what exactly is going on and to destroy the demons that I believe killed him, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I find that to be all fascinating. Like, I like that. Where I feel like this kind of ended up like a wet fart in church was with the weird Miles Morales cameo that kind of felt like really didn't go anywhere, and the big reveal at the end with Orson Randall. I personally had no idea who Orson Randall was, and I was like, okay, like, what is this? Which I had to Google who he was and what he was all about after reading this first issue. So, like, which at the end of this, there is some back matter saying, like, how and why this is connected to the Immortal Iron Fist run, which is pretty interesting, I have to say. All in all, I did enjoy this without, you know, I feel like those complaints are like kind of little nitpicks here and there, but I did enjoy this. It was a lot of fun to read and sort of get reacquainted with Danny Rand, and I want to see where this goes and if he keeps this weird status quo change and what's going to happen to him after this in this little mini series, which it made me want to go read the Immortal Iron Fist and see what that was all about. But yeah, it was fun. It was action paced like the whole way through. There was nothing but action. It very much flowed very well story wise. There was a little bit of hiccups, I feel like, in the beginning where it kept flashing back and forward to the underworld and current time. A little confusing, but once I got my bearing and I was like, okay, this is that, things started to flow a lot better, I feel like. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the Undead Iron Fist. Let me know down in the comments down below. I will talk to you, Mike. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, stay safe, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Go read some comics.